Good evening. Welcome back to Saturday night. Welcome back to ROM Hack Races. It's good to see everybody. How are you doing? You've already been doing it, so I don't need to remind you, but if you want, continue to make some noise in chat because we've got a really fun level tonight, and I'm glad you're all here for it. It is week 257. We've sailed round the horn, as it were, gone all the way over 256. We're back here at 257, and we're still going on. We've got a level tonight from Ninj. The level is called a Pricision Nivel. I think I'm saying that right. Pricision Nivel. And Niv's our maker tonight. This is a really interesting one, and we've got a lot of good signups tonight. I'm looking at the Scout tool. 22 brave individuals have signed up to race tonight. I will give you all their names in a minute, but if you're just joining us, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is ROM Hack Races. We do this every Saturday night, and every Saturday you get to see a brand new Super Mario World Kaizo level that no one's ever seen before, raced here live for you by these talented individuals, and they don't know what they're doing. Well, they know what they're doing. Hang on. They know what they're doing, but they don't know what's in the level. It's a test of sight reading, improvisation, thinking in the moment, and consistency at what they have already learned, and one-shots at obstacles they have yet to encounter. We have testers every week who play the level, go through it, make sure it's raceable, ready to go. This week, we were very lucky to have Fen, RB Pimlico, Mithrillionaire, Blue Ribbon High Life, and I also jumped in and did a little bit of testing, and those have given it some rankings. The racers do know what the difficulty rankings are for each level, and this week's is 5 out of 10 for execution, 3 out of 10 for complexity, and the racers also know there are 4 sections. And it was actually, I said that we should maybe put little content tags on these levels ahead of time too for the racers, just so they can kind of know what they're getting into. And this one in particular, I thought it was cool to let people know that this level in particular is pretty accessible. And I am excited to see a lot of people who came out for this one. Like I said, we've got 22 racers, and we've got 4 people on the restream right now. So you're going to see them all because we've got scouts who are watching everybody else behind the scenes and will be letting us know who to rotate in. So hopefully we'll get to see all the clears. Those fine folks tonight are Dr. No, Kelgand, What's Up Dot, Spirit of Fen. Or just Fen for short. I'm just reading their names off the list. Thank you so much, everybody, for scouting. We really appreciate that. Dr. No on the restream. Oh, and who's this? Why, it's ROM Hack Races volunteer and great friend Blue Ribbon High Life, also joining us in the scout. What do you want to be in? Like a scout room, a scout hut, a lookout post? Maybe that's it. Maybe the scouts are in a lookout post. We gotta make a cool narrative out of all of this. But the real narrative here is the racers. We said we got 22 signed up, and I'm gonna give you all their names real quick here. Arakida, Attention Deficit Dad, B2DE, Bleep Bloop Blorp 64, Emily, MC Squared, Ender of Games, Fernap, First Name Butt, Germdove, Ike, SMB, Jank Pickle, John, 82 Black Sheep Muzzle, Nick Dude, N7, Plasma Snake, Prestonator 13, Proto Pizza, Revelug, Ricardo DeMello, Roke Games, You Fail Me, and Zorio. Really glad to see a lot of folks come out for this one. It is always cool. ROM Hack Races was, at its very inception, was designed to be a place that new folks could have a good landing point and an entry point into Kaizo to go from I am interested in this to an active participant in what's going on. So I'm really excited. I hope you're really excited too. Feel free as we go on, put some noise in chat, or if you're here, for a streamer in particular, put their emotes up. It's totally cool to support your favorite streamers. It's a race, but that's the wrapping paper that we throw away, and the real fun inside is the cool community event that we've got. We're here to support everybody's skills, and you're going to see good moves from just about it. Well, not just about everybody. I mean, maybe if someone if they lose power or something, that'd probably be the only way. Their Super Nintendo just kind of bursts into flame. Let's hope that doesn't happen. I've never seen that yet. You're going to see good moves from everybody. We got You Fail Me, B2, Muzzle, and Roke here to start. And like I said, we'll be rotating people in as we go on. Thanks all for hanging out. Make some noise. We're just about ready to do it. Get comfy. And let's watch some ROM Hack Races. Oh, I'm GlitchCat too. Probably knew that. Probably already heard. But if you have questions, please feel free to ask. I will be bringing you the play-by-play. Not a win streak going on tonight. Nobody. Well, we could go for a 2 streak. But here we go. This is the vanilla. Get the nice vanilla intro. We got You Fail Me, B2, and Muzzle, and Roke Games to get us started. So now, it's a Pricision Nivel, and I really like this because the The message box here is already explaining what is happening in the level. And good job you, Fail Me, for managing to hit it. But by trying to hit the message block, the players will have learned what's going on here. Look at B2 in the upper right-hand corner. B2 and You Fail Me. You cannot run in this level. And we're doing some really nice precision jumps. That is the tech here. You cannot run, and you must jump. This is really cool, and I like this style for a race or just for having fun, because it's an interestingly accessible way to create a tough Mario level. So yeah, I was kind of, when I was testing this, you know, I was thinking like, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do for commentary, because there really isn't a heck of a lot to explain. We can climb up the vines, and sloped surfaces obviously will make us slide. You know, some Koopas to bounce off of, but this one is one to kind of just chill and check out, because there just isn't a lot of tech that's not obvious, and that's actually kind of cool. You know, we see so many heady levels all the time. This is really really a fun one. So B2 here, look out. And now that being said, it still is difficult to acclimate to a new type of physics. Well, your jump is shorter because you can't run. So in Mario World, when you're gaining horizontal momentum with a run, that translates into distance in the air. And so by not allowing the players to generate any of that momentum, their jumps are also fixed at sort of a maximum distance that they can go. Now this level still will allow the players to slow fall. I'm sure most of you know, but for those that don't, Mario falls more slowly when you are holding the jump button in the air, as opposed to not doing that. And you can use that to double tap the jump button at times and change the trajectory of your jump slightly. It won't be as pronounced here because there is no run. So since the jump is less momentum, you won't see it as much, but it still is a possibility. Momentum can change horizontal distance, yes, definitely, but what you can do with it, think if you're running up against a wall, you run up to the wall and then you jump, right? And you can translate some of that momentum when you're not moving horizontally. If you do a left-right, you just start to rise a little bit more. You can translate your horizontal momentum into vertical momentum with a kind of a left-right. I guess that's what I'm getting at. You're not wrong, but I'm just being a little pedantic about it, I think. You look out, Jank Pickle here in the lower right, Plasma Snake coming in, and Muzzle, Muzzle in the upper right. Looks like they have got a checkpoint. Now coins in this one are checkpoints. You're not going to see the H, but you are going to see the coin. So check this out, yo. Muzzle in the upper right is could be in the lead, and there's Bleep Bloop Blorp 64 with a checkpoint as well. All right, this is section 2, and You Fail Me and Jank Pickle here still working on the first. Yo, I'm liking these racers getting off and running here. So now we're mixing in some vines. You can see in the upper right, lower left, there's Jank. Nice job, Jank Pickle. We're mixing in some vine jumps, and things work the same way. You still can't run, but now we're going to need to climb the vine a little bit in order to get distance. And yeah, another way to do that, yeah, good call, Aggravated, this slope, being able to slide down the slope will give you a little bit of extra speed. You Fail Me here too, getting to the checkpoint. Muzzle, Bleep Bloop Blorp 64, I like saying their whole name. And Jank Pickle here in the lower right. Everybody on the checkpoint now, but it gets a little bit more complex in the second section. And this is why I really thought this would be a fun and accessible level for everybody, because you just have to kind of just be good at video games in general. Yes, the coins are checkpoints in this one. So if you see them grab a coin, that means H. Got this nice little one-tile fall jump. This is some good precision stuff going on here, and it's really, I think it's made more interesting by not being able to run. It was funny because I think that Doc and I were both just hanging out watching Sojo play Tired Mario World, and also Y Attack, where you can't run. This was a funny coincidence. I'm just like, hey, you know, I know we're about to race. You Fail Me here. Look out in the upper left. You Fail Me. And yo, hey, Bleep Bloop Blorp. Also making, oh yeah, no, I love this. They are using the slope to slide down. Pressing down on the slope and sliding gets a little bit of momentum. Muzzle too, man. These are some deep runs going on here. Muzzle with a chance for some big progress, but those jumps can be precise. Yo, bleep bloop blorp here going. Oh, whoa, yo, nice. Hey, I appreciate this strat. Oh yeah, yo, bleep bloop blorp, check it out. They're like testing where the Kaizo block is. That's pretty. I like that. That's actually pretty good. I feel like that's what they were doing, kind of hanging out there and kind of trying to figure out where the edge was. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that's true. Muzzle is on the third section, and maybe Jank Pickle also on the third section. Sorry, these sections are a little bit tough to tell apart sometimes, but things are getting more complex. So it's Muzzle versus Jank Pickle right now in the lead on the right-hand side. I wasn't sure what to do for commentary for this one, with just jumps. You fail me. Let's go. Three-way tie right now. Looking for bleep bloop blorp to make it 4. Some fast progress right now, but actually steady. I don't know. You have to learn some of these jumps, and when you're not running, you really need to commit, right? That's the whole trick of this, is like you're getting close enough to the edge to make that little extra pixel or two of distance, and in so doing, you are really committing to the jump you made. It's kind of do or die in every moment. In a way, I think, too, that is a little bit more accessible, because it's just there's not so much variability. You're not running all the time, and so you don't have to worry about all the variables that introduces. You fail me. Hey, nicely done grabbing that little nub vine on the top. And that is the 4th section, and the racers do know how many sections. So you fail me currently in the lead right now. They have definitely gotten the hang of this one. I'd like to point out, too, when the racers hit those Kaizo blocks, normally that would create a block, like a brown block, that's safe to stand on. But in this case, it actually will still kill the player if they touch the top. So just by producing one, they haven't necessarily made a cheese platform at all. I think that's actually kind of cool. And I don't remember when I've seen that before. When there's been, like, you create a Kaizo block, but it's a Kaizo death block. It doesn't kill you when you hit it, but now it is a dangerous surface. I think that's just kind of fascinating. Ooh, you fail me. Yeah, using that slope speed very well. You still can't get full slope speed, but you can accelerate a little bit more than your walking speed. Yo, let's go. Someone's checking GameWinners.com on their dial-up modem. B2, DE81. It's interesting. It is. It's a game changer, and it's interesting how, and we've been seeing this a lot with levels lately, how one small minor change can have really big effects. I think, talking about like KLDC entries and stuff going on right now. Last time it was a lot of small things. You fail me, maybe trying to make one small jump. Yeah, there it is. One little jump makes a big change. You fail me. Clearly they know how to walk. Good job. And hey, yo, Muzzle, not too far behind. Let's go, Muzzle with that checkpoint. Thank you to Om Nom Nom for the 3 whole years. You're great. Your stream is great. Your cat is great. Your cooking is great. Your Kaizo playing is great. Yep, so we're tied up. We're looking for 2 now, and everybody right now on, I think, the same section, the 4th and final. So quick moves. You really, really are seeing good players race against other good players. This is not easy stuff. Yo, let's say, hey, what's up, Ike, SMB? Sorry, I just noticed they rotated in here in the upper left. Ike, Muzzle, B2, and Jank Pickle. I think this is their first race, so yo, welcome. Everybody dropping by for their first time. I hope it's fun so far. Always cool to see new names, new folks come around on ROM Hack Races. Really just appreciate it. I hope it can be fun. There is a little bit of tech going on here because you can see their B2 on B2 screen in the lower left. There's those one tile vines. You can grab a one tile vine like that, and that might not be immediately apparent. Still looking for second right now. You failed me for the first, but not too far behind. Jank Pickle, B2, Muzzle, and Ike. How are you all doing tonight, chat? Also, I hope you're feeling good. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for making ROM Hack Races a little part of your Saturday. No, jump height is not restricted. You could still hold the button to get the full vertical height. It is only horizontal movement. I think really if we're looking at, I've said this before, it's like limiting gimmicks are a tough sell because, you know, it's tough to sell the player on having fun with less powers than they normally do. This level pulls it off. And I think the thing to do is to kind of limit, I don't know, we've seen those low jump levels like that one in Hyper 6. I think it's a little bit more fun to limit the walking speed instead of limit the jump height. It gives you a little more possibility in level design. Wait, is it? Okay, then man, then I'm getting fired. Is it Fen? Yo, Ike with that checkpoint. Like, it's hard to, okay, is it? Because it just seems like that jump height is limited by the fact that horizontal momentum is limited. I could have sworn in testing I was getting a larger boost off of enemies. Jank Pickle, yeah, getting a... Okay, well then this one is mysterious then. Normally I pride myself on having the answers, but tonight I need to learn from others. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's what I was responding to, was whether or not you could hold the button down and get a boost off of enemies, and I was saying yes, you could. Okay, but so you can boost off enemies, but all of the jumps are limited. You're doing a minimum height jump, and you are also doing a minimum bounce, but you still are doing a little bit of a substantial bounce. Have I got it? B2 looking to get it in the lower left. Oh, let's go. H, or I guess C for coin. Coin checkpoint. Thanks for backing me up with the knowledge. I always get a little bit unsure about technical stuff specifically with that. Like, is this really exactly the normal height jump? Are these... It's tough to tell sometimes. Maybe I've just played too much Kaizo, but sometimes it's like I kind of forgot what the normal physics were supposed to be in the first place. You know? Like, is this a normal height jump? Like, I don't know. Kind of probably. Sort of forget what it was. So thanks for having my back here. And happy September birthdays to all September birthdays in the Kaizo community. Thanks for the raid, you fail me. Happy birthday if your birthday's in September, and if not, I take it back. Yo, look out for Arakida too, working on, I think, the 4th checkpoint. There are sometimes more racers than you can see on screen, but the scouts are really doing a good job watching out. Thank you for that. Yo, September is the birthday for Kaizo. Anyone born in October? Mario Wonder will be born in October. This message brought to you by October Gang. Oof. Really steady progress from all these racers. They're definitely accumulating consistency quickly, and that's what you want in this race. I mean, even with a thing like this, you know, consistency and one-shots. Can you be consistent at the parts you've already learned, or will you one-shot a new obstacle and get progress over others that way? But really, it's just you versus the level. Yo, Ike in the upper left looking pretty good here. They need to make that little teeny tiny drop. I like the variation of obstacles here. This is I like that for precision levels. It can be, you know, precision can feel kind of one note sometimes in level design, and so really good precision level makers like this kind of tend to diversify the obstacles a little bit. Some vines, some jumps. Sometimes you're falling in a precise way. Sometimes you're jumping. Sometimes you're going under the Kaizo block or going over it. All these little things just kind of help spice up the level. Really like this design tonight from Ninj. Really, really good stuff. I would love to see more. I guess there is a new precision hack out. Thread the Needle. I think I saw Lungfish playing it earlier. I would love to see more precision in SMW and in Kaizo. It's very... I like how very stripped down it is. You know, I like how it's just the challenge of how can you just move the character. You know, we often rely on far out custom gimmicks, and Ike in the low, yeah! We rely on Ike in the upper left-hand corner to grab that orb with a nice clean butt slide. Well done. That's a podium, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, that's a third, isn't it? I'm sorry, I'm really doing really bad on keeping track of things tonight. That's a second. Holy moly. And that is, wow, all right. That is Ike's first race, I believe, and a second place on the podium. Nicely done. Absolutely nicely done. That was legendary. Well played. We got Arakida here in the upper left. We got Muzzle. We got B2. We got Jank Pickle. Oh, I saw that, yeah. Ike SMB with the Kaizo Monkey Ball run at the recent GDQ. Oh, yeah. I didn't want to miss that one. I was there. I was watching online, but didn't miss that one live. That's a really good one. If you haven't seen that, check out the VODs. Monkey Ball is such a great game. It's just, you know, it's just like lovely. And you know what else is lovely? Jank Pickle over there in the lower right, grabbing that orb and making a solid third. Well played, well played. Jank Pickle combining all the Lego pieces together that you need to build the model of a perfect GG. We got Revelug in the lower right, Bleep Bloop Blorp, 64 in the upper right, Arakida upper left, B2. Looks like everybody is working on that final section too. Yo, let's give it up for Ninj. Ninj in chat, our maker tonight. Really fun stuff. I like this race, man, because this has been a race for like new people showing what they've got. I think Ninj, this is their first ROM hack race level, and it's really good. And that's Ike SMBs, that's their first ROM hack race, and they got on the podium. And we got a lot of new friends coming out and showing what they've got tonight. Arakida here working hard. Muzzle in the upper right, B2 Revelug. Some of these names we've seen, and some are new. And this is great, actually. I'm really pleased with that, like metaphorically. You know, this is a lot of new faces tonight. I love that. I hope you all are having fun. Join the Discord if you want, if you didn't already. Or if you have thoughts and suggestions, feedback for us, we'd love to hear it. These races are, for the community. We love putting this on and, doing what we can do to grow Kaizo. We're all welcome here. Oh. Oh, there's a lot going on right now. I guess there's some good hacks been submitted, but I have been knee deep in KLDC lately. I have been really enjoying the levels. I don't know who submitted, don't tell me, but thanks to everyone who submitted, and especially a big thanks to the folks who set things up behind the scenes for that, for the pre-screeners. I think You Fail Me, Third Wall were screeners. Who else am I saying thanks to? And Doc especially for helping organize all of that. KLDC has been wonderful so far. Java Brew. The Java Brew. Don't want to leave anybody out. And Muzzle, not getting left out here. That's a podium. Wow, right. Yo, I love to see this, actually. That's a fourth, excuse me, fourth. I cannot do math today. I got no numbers in my whole brain. Is it third or fourth or fifth or a millionth? It doesn't even matter. It was a good run. Rankings are one thing. Skill doesn't have a number. Bleep Bloop Blorp 64. Although if it did, it might be 64. Bleep Bloop Blorp 64 here on the final section. Arakaido, B2, and Revelug. We've had one, yes, but what about second podium? Every 3 racers, we just start anew. You know what I mean? Like, you get first place, second place, third place, and then you just get first place again. like you just like, all right, the first 3 you get off. We got to get some new people on the podium. Second, yeah, there you go. Second first place. Okay, everyone's gonna get a trophy. Look, I know you all don't want the trophy. I know you think it's silly to have it, but if you don't get it, then how can we take a group photo at Professor Pete's Pizza Planetarium after the race? Everybody getting pretty close with this, figuring out sort of the optimal way to do this. I like how, as racers get better at this, you see the hesitation go away at new obstacles. Oh, geez. And Revelug's unlucky moment changed the standing a little bit. There's B2 in the lower left. Nicely done, B2. Some shakeups tonight. I like this. You know, I'm just, as a commentator, I'm impartial. Root for everybody, but I really like the shakeups. I like the new racers coming in and showing us what they've got. Or people who, you know, haven't bumped up on the leaderboard as much. This is their night. Everybody is doing so well. Oh yeah, that's the way, False Circus. That's the way. Just let your timer loop around to 256, and then you'll beat it in 1 second. 8 racers right now on section 4, 3 on section 3, 3 on 2, and 3 on 1. And there's 4 on 3, 3 on 2, 2 on 1, 1 on 3, and it's good! And it is good. Now, you know, technically, in a manner of speaking, this is ROM Hack Race Level 1, Part 2. Yeah, we really the techs really had to scramble for that Y2K bug to fix the problem in time, so that we could all still go online after January. Oh, not level 0, no. When this is such a dumb story, but I'm gonna tell it anyway. When I was a kid, the kids down the block had Nintendo, like NES Mario 1, and their parents were the type to always have like block parties and barbecues and stuff, so I hung out at their place quite frequently. And one of those days, we were hanging out in the basement, all us kids were playing Super Mario, and their dad came down, and he was like, "Hey, yo, you kids are playing Mario." He talked like that. "Hey, you kids are playing Mario. You know what level I can get to? Level 0." And he was joking. He was saying he was bad at the game, but me, as like a 6-year-old kid, was just like, "Whoa, there's a level 0." And for years after that, I would like try to find level 0. Yeah, it turned out to be the minus world, but I didn't know at the time. And he was just saying he couldn't play. I don't think he knew about the minus world, but forever I would go to school and be like, "Did you know there's a level 0? I don't know how you can get it. Somehow you can get to level 0." So this is it. Apparently we finally found it. We finally found level 0. After all, this only took me 34 years. Finally found it. Yeah, or yeah, or on the other hand, my friend's neighbor was like Revelug, the most ultimate gamer ever. He was just as ultimate a gamer as Revelug, getting that orb in the lower right-hand corner. Great job, Revelug, you rule. My neighbor's dad could beat you at Mario. Yo, let's go, Nick Dude in the lower right. Oh, and Bleep Bloop Blorp, nice try there at the end. But yeah, maybe my friend's dad was like the original super gamer. You know, he was trying to tell us kids about Minus World and all this stuff back in like 1992, and we just didn't listen. we weren't ready. And that guy's name was Shigeru Miyamoto. We got Arakaido, we got Bleep Bloop Blorp, we got Germ Dove, and Nick Dude hanging out here. I think is it Nick Dude's new precision hack? I believe there's a new one. It's called Thread the Needle. Is that maybe I'm putting things together that don't belong. It's funny. I remember that guys. I remember like the kids I was friends with. I remember their names, and so in theory, I could like look that guy up like 30 years later and like send him a message on Facebook or something like, "Hey man, you probably don't remember me, but like I've been trying to get to level 0 for like 30 years now, man. You gotta tell me how you did it, man. I'm dying here. I'm losing my mind. You gotta tell me, man. What's the secret? I tried forever, man." Oh, excuse me, Nyx Kills Myths. Not Nyx Kills Myths made Thread the Needle. Nick Dude is just making good time in this level. I like that. Your mom beat SMW without running. I think that actually is like part of the design philosophy of Mario World and other Marios, is that like you can beat every level without running. Just, you know, for players like that. I like how there's layers of like challenge in the game. Like Kaizo is operating on such a high level, but really the amount of challenge to just like use the run button all the time is a mechanical challenge. Excuse me. For players at a certain level. Oh, your mom was just ahead of her time. That's how you do it on Wii. Did your and your mom then went on to invent the Nintendo Wii. And my mom was like, "You should be able to raise the controller to jump. I'm gonna fix this once and for all." And she did. You can't beat every level, but you can get through the game. Yeah, fair. I guess there are a few. You couldn't beat, like, maybe some special world levels without it. Oh no, Arcada! Oh, they were right there. I saw it. I done seen it with my own eyes. They're gonna get it though. We are 30 minutes in, and we have already got some great moves from everybody. So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled into thinking this is too tough for these players. It does at a certain point. When you play a level like this without run button, or like Tired Mario World, it really feels different. It just, you're very not used to it. If you play enough Kaizo, you're just always holding that run button down. I have a theory though that I'll drop on you. After I tell you how many racers there were 22 signed up, and 6 have finished so far. So, you do the science math on that one, because I can't. Because I'd need a second. Thank you. Because someone else will do it for me. Yeah, six podiums remaining. Thank you. But I have a hunch, and I will tell you it. There's that whole myth about, it's like that schoolyard thing, like if you press the button harder, you'll jump higher. Like you got to squeeze it down really hard. Well, I think that actually has its basis in truth, not in just silly kid stuff. Because if you've ever been to an arcade that is like kind of in disrepair, the buttons do kind of stick sometimes, and you do kind of have to press it down a little bit harder, and I think that's where it came from. I think, or in some cases, like in a game like Centipede or Millipede, or in a game like Germ Dove in the lower left, you have to press the button down for rapid fire and you hold it, and sometimes the contacts are gross, or there's gunk on the inside of it or whatever, and you do kind of have to hold it down a little bit harder to get it to press. And I think that's where that came from. I think that has a certain basis in truth. Some of it's just like moms and dads playing and being like, oh, press the button hard, but I think there's a basis in truth there. Yo, you know what else? Oh my word, Arcada, let's go. Let's go. I didn't want a commentator curse. Oh, and Roke Games is here playing Fly Me to the Stars, that's good. But Arcada's here with the win. Nicely done. Nicely done. I'm loving this. Absolutely loving these newer racers coming out and showing us what they've got. This is great. This is good. Says good things for the future of RomHack racing, with all this new blood. I don't mean new blood like a vampire. I mean like in a cool way, not in a vampire way. Good job, Arcada. Good job. Nick Dude up here. Bleep Bloop Blorp Germ Dove Ender. Did Roke Games finish already? Is that why they were playing Fly Me to the Stars? Is that a GG? Big thanks to the scouts tonight for letting us know. Sorting out 22 racers. Roke and Ricardo, nicely done. Nicely done. Want to make sure, shout out everybody. Go and follow the racers too if you want. This level really looks like the weather today. This is how it looked outside all day today. It's kind of warm and gray. Or this nivel. My bad. So here's a question, and I think the answer is yes, but I'd like to hear some crowd feedback here. I really think that there's something great to be said for these precision levels being accessible. This is something people like, right? Like there really is, because you can have a tough precision level that doesn't require a lot of tech knowledge. That's a good thing, right? I've noticed some new names coming out, seen some new people sign up to race. This one in particular, And it gets me thinking, because I'm always looking for ways to make this kind of stuff more increasingly accessible for people who want to get in. So yeah, it's just good to keep that in mind. We like these accessible precision levels. Mad with Kaizo power, yeah, agree. I hope to see more of that. I don't know, I'm really fascinated on the precision thing. Remember there was I don't know, maybe they're still around now, I'm not sure, but remember that there was a whole precision kind of scene in Mario Maker for a while. There were like some players who were like dedicated precision players and makers. Are they still around? Yeah, is Team Precision, do they still do their thing? Are they still around? Well, even though you're not racing, Kelgan, thank you so much for all the help with the tech and stuff. Kelgan is like the fusion power core that powers the robot that is ROM Hack Races. Thank you so much for being a source of unobtainium. No, generally people don't include README files about the tech. The thing about Mario Kaizo is that you're not wrong. It doesn't need to be a challenge of deep tech knowledge, right? It doesn't need to be, and we're seeing that with this level. You could make something really challenging out of just platforming, stuff that anybody could play even if they haven't studied the tech and lore of Mario World. That is true. But that being said, it's more of just a historical kind of precedent, you know, and it's the kind of thing that, like, it's natural that Kaizo would include a lot of tech knowledge because, historically speaking, nowadays people are getting into Kaizo straight away. But historically speaking, a lot of the people who were into Kaizo didn't start with Kaizo. They started with Ender of Games in the lower right, falling into the pit. And then after Ender fell into the pit, they explored a lot of vanilla stuff. They were vanilla speedrunners. And Nick Dude, oh my gosh, I was looking at the wrong screen. They were Nick Dude and Seven getting the orb. Good job. GG. I watched Ender fall and I was like, okay, oh, Nick Dude got it. GG and Nick Dude, way to play. Plasma Snake coming in here. Bleep Bloop Blorp in the upper left. Germ Dove and Ender hanging out with us. But you know, back in the day, it was people who played vanilla a lot and got kind of bored with it. So your average Kaizo player, the further you go back in time, if you're playing hard Mario, chances are you have a background in easy Mario already. And nowadays, and which is a fine thing, but nowadays some people don't. Some people just get right up to Kaizo and that's how they're learning about the mechanics. So it's honestly kind of a historical thing, and it's also just the depth of the mechanics gives us a lot to play with. You know, precision is cool and we love it, but at a certain point, there's nothing else. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things you can cook with peanut butter, but at a certain point you gotta add some other ingredients, you know? There's a lot of different bread you can make, but sometimes you want a donut, you know? And so it's tools in the toolbox, but just to that point that, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be. Do you know the deep technology in Mario World doesn't necessarily, that is not necessary for Kaizo. It often is there, but it's not necessary. Precision isn't tech as much as the style of jump. Precision is the kind of level that you could make without Mario World. I don't know, maybe that doesn't make sense. It's just moving and jumping. It's honestly like hard game video game skill. It's universal. That's a great way to put it. Yeah. It's much more universal than what Kaizo does. And Ender in the lower right, maybe trying. You know, the deepest amount of tech in this level is just sliding down the slope. Get the butt speed. Oh, nice try. Bleep bloop blorp. Nice job, Germ Dove. I saw that little slide. Germ Dove in the lower left, making their way out of this precision. Precisely on time, earning a spot on the second or third podium. First name butt speed. Here in the lower left, it's Ender of Games, first name butt, bleep bloop blorp, Plasma Snake. Love these new names. I know I've seen some recognizable names, but you know, I really just like the new folks. Thank you for dropping by. First on the fourth podium for Germ Dove. Nicely done. I like this whole podium thing. I like this whole multiple podiums thing. It's funny. It's funny. You know, and it's, you know, honestly though, it just gets me thinking that it's kind of true. There are like multiple podiums because racers do tend to group up like with similar racers of a similar time. You know what I mean? I hesitate to say skill level because the level is a factor in that as well. But you notice like there'll be a handful of people that clear right towards the start. And then later, maybe 10 minutes later, there's another handful of people who all kind of clear around the same time. People do sort of just automatically divide out into brackets a little bit. And you really, I think it would be more accurate to kind of think about, because again, the race is just, it's not competitive. You know what I mean? It's not that kind of a race. Ender of Games trying to race out of here though. Nice try. But you know, if you think about it, in terms of the race, you are sort of competing more with the people directly around you than necessarily everybody, right? That you'll have like, if some players like will play a level and it's a 7 out of 10 and someone will win in 20 minutes and then at an hour and a half like 3 or 4 people clear right around the same time. It's almost like those 3 or 4 people are kind of racing each other in their bracket. And the person that cleared in 20 minutes could be said to be in a different bracket. You know what I mean? It's like, I just want to really put the focus on how, like, we all meet ourselves at our own level. We're all doing really good stuff at the level of skill and experience that we have, you know? We're already good. The level is tough. You're doing great. I think this is a very likable level. This level hits like a really good spicy hot wing. Maybe some people don't like spicy hot, not too spicy, good flavor, you know, or just a nice dish at a restaurant, you know, just like yeah, that's a good flavor. This has good flavor. I'd order this again. Oof. Bleep bloop blorp trying to, I think they're trying to butt slide into that hole, but they actually kind of want to jump and sort of wiggle a little bit. Hey, what's up? Let's say hey to Prestonator 13. Did they get it? Is that the win? I'm seeing an overworld. I am seeing Prestonator on the overworld, so I'm thinking GG. That's awesome. No, nice job, Prestonator. Too fast even. That's a sub hour. It was really well done. Good job. Oh yeah, bleep bloop blorp. Here we go for one more jump. But nah, need a little bit more speed than that. Yo, nice work there, Prestonator. Thank you for the raid. Good clear. Is that Jam Master Extraordinaire? Prestonator 13? Rating us on ROM hack races? Honored. I believe that, Doc, yeah. This is an example of levels not needing to be super flashy, whatever, have a lot of bells and whistles to be interesting and engaging. It really is the gameplay. It is the what is the gameplay and how does it feel? there's that like content, and then there's the psychological factor that you could have a really nice level that has nice and fair stuff, but you took it to some kind of extreme that ruins the psychological feel, makes the player feel just like, oh, I'm never gonna win. I can't believe I have to do all of this, you know? You could have something nice and take them out of it. Similarly, you could have something that seems kind of weird, but it's really engaging, like, mentally. Now, this one's tricky. This one's tricky, and it's difficult to, you know, everyone has spent the time learning and studying Kaizo skills, and now all of a sudden you have to do it differently. That's tough. That's a tough thing to do. You know, learning how to adapt and practicing adapting to new situations is also a good skill, and I think everyone's doing really, really splendidly with it this time. You know, it's not normal. You know, you're used to doing it one way, and uh-oh, now you can't do that anymore. Everybody learns differently. Nicely done. Every racer that has started with us has cleared section 1. Love it. Yeah, Ender trying. Plasma Snake trying too. Look, you know, I'm very... Oh, Ender! Excuse me, hang on. Ender of Games has ended the game. I was gonna say I'm very Ender of Games, but who could be Ender of Games except for the one and only? Nicely done. Proto Pizza coming in here in the lower right. First name, but Bleep Bloop Blorp 64. Plasma Snake underscore. Plasma Snake underscore Bleep Bloop Blorp 64. Bars. But everybody learns in a different way. And from my perspective, I mean, I don't know, take it from me. I watch a lot of Kaizo. I have 8 full-time years of experience watching people play Kaizo Mario games. And from that experience, let me tell you that I never see actually bad gameplay on ROM Hack Races. These levels, Kaizo in general, is really tough. It's really tough stuff. And we always expect ourselves to do a little bit better. I have the same exact thing. And I'll say, man, I should have beat this by now. I'm dying too much, blah, blah, blah. We always expect ourselves to do a little bit better. Our opinion of our own skills is always a little bit higher. And when we have to apply it to something, it gets tricky. And we say, oh, geez, oh no. That's universal, you know, and that just happens. And it doesn't mean that someone's bad. We learn at different rates, and we learn with different methods. Sometimes people learn what to do really quickly, and then they struggle with the mechanical consistency. Sometimes people have really good mechanical consistency, they just haven't dialed in this one thing yet. And when they do, all of a sudden, boom, they're off and running. It can be any variety of factors. Levels are so different, so diverse, and the mechanics and situations are so strange sometimes, and really can throw you for a loop that it's tough, and that's nothing to feel bad about. You know, hey, yeah, if you're here to support any streamer in particular, I mean, you know, follow them all, but if you're here cheering on your friends, put their emotes up in chat, put their names up. You know, when they come back and watch the VOD, they'll see you cheering. That's great. Always, you know, yeah, put some support up for the racers you're here cheering for. Ender of Games, thanks for the raid. Good job on the clear. Well played tonight. Look at all these awesome sub-hour clears on this. Yeah, I thought of another way to put it with the whole, like, you know, dying too much skill kind of thing, is like skill in Kaizo. When you really, you know, when you accumulate skill, if you think of just like your Kaizo skill as like an experience point, you know, and you've got, you know, 50 Kaizo experience skill points, right? When you're accumulating skill, when you rise from 50 to 60 to 100 to 1,000, whatever, what is happening is that you're not like always winning without dying, or you're not like not messing up. You still are doing that, but what happens is the frequency drops. You know, it's not about not dying. It's just about dying slightly less. You know, there always will be deaths, but you take it from 50 to 40 to 30, and rising in skill with Kaizo isn't necessarily just being perfect, but just over time, over a long series of levels, over many hacks, that diminishes a little bit. You know, we don't progress towards a goal and towards skill development isn't always on a linear scale. You don't always get the same amount. You know, if you're trying for a PB on something, maybe you'll get it by 1 point, and then 5 points, and then 500 points. That was a really good game. But the next time you don't even, then you're down by 2. You know, it's all you do a little bit better, you do a little bit worse, then you do a lot bit better and a little bit worse, and it's those small gains over time. It's not always just every day I am getting stronger like Goku. Just, you're not Goku. You know, to accumulate skill isn't like Goku, you know, just building a spirit bomb where you're charging and you never go backwards. Sometimes in skill development you do go backwards, especially in something like Kaizo, or I'm thinking like pinball. I play pinball a lot, and as I get better at a table, I get higher scores. First I'm scoring 100 million, then 200 million, but I'm not scoring higher every single game. Some games I score 50,000 points, and I was like, oh crap, I really screwed that one up. It's averages. It's not every single time you get better, but it's slowly raising that average. And from my point of view, watching Kaizo players for years and years, watching people on ROM hack races for a long time, I see that. I see that happen. That's why a 4 out of 10 difficulty isn't as hard as it used to be, because people's averages are going up. And I think that's a good thing to keep in mind. It's averages. Yo, that was, yeah, excuse me. I should have looked that up. That's my bad. If you like this, check out Backyard Kaizo. Ninja's got a full hack on SMW Central. I remember that one. But I think I'm making sense. Does that make sense? It's like or make a sports analogy. You know, it's like if you're a hockey player and you want to be a good hockey player, you know. Some days, some games you're going to score 1 goal, some games you're going to score 3, some games you're not going to score any. But it doesn't mean if you had 3 games in a row where you scored 5 goals, it doesn't mean that when you have your 0 goal game that, oh no, I've lost my skill, I'm bad, you know. That's how it is. Something happens that night. You get 1 goal, 2, 3, 2, 0, then 5, then 3, and then 6, and then 4, and then 8, and then 2. You know, it's up and down. You're a rubber band with skill acquisition. I think that's just how people's brains work. Our brains can kind of like only deal with so much, and then when we put information in practice, we like it gets all scrambled. You know, our brains don't Xerox things exactly correctly, so you got to go back again and, you know, be like, I learned this already. Ah, jeez. First name Butt. Oh, Plasma Snake. Bleep Blue Blorp. First name Butt. Proto Pizza. Me and you. Mario. How you doing, chat? You know, are you feeling okay? Do you need anything? You need some water? I was gonna run down to the shop. You need anything? Thanks for staying cozy with us. If you're new, we have these races every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Drop a follow and come back and hang out anytime. We have a website, romhackraces.com. If you want to try this level out for yourself, we've got all the patches there from all the race levels. And we've got a Discord. If you want to hang out and talk shop, grab the ROM Hack Races base ROM for your next ROM Hack Racing project. And join our community of Kaizo enthusiasts. I'd also like to give a little ROM Hack Race good luck for everyone who is submitting for AGDQ. I've seen a lot of friends, a lot of good names on the submission list, and submissions are open until the 10th. So for those that are trying out for runs or for hosting or for volunteer or whatever, I wish you all the absolute best of luck. Can't wait to see everybody again. Also, this is your reminder: if you were going to submit, you got about 1.5 more days. You want a cheeseburger? All right, we could probably make that work. First name Butt trying to make it work. They just gotta wiggle. It's gotta wiggle on in. Thanks for racing anyhow, Emily. That is, you know what? Self-care is the biggest win of all. Thank you for playing with us. I'm sure you'll get it. You got what it takes. Anyone that can make the responsible choice to do a self-care, that means you've got what it takes. But I did see some pretty good run submissions on that GDQ list. So good luck. I really hope we get to see some cool stuff. Could it be Endless Ascent in the lower right? It could be, and it is. Oh, the Kaizo to Celeste pipeline. I'm seeing a lot of people try to slide off of that slope, and I don't think that actually is the effective way to do it. I think they kind of just want to walk off and fall. Although I do understand why. To get into that little gap at the end, there are some folks who are just trying to butt slide off, and that's logical, but it's not actually going to work. Or it would, but you'd still have to wiggle. It makes what you already are doing a little harder. It's unnecessary. One could just stand at the edge and fall and wiggle themselves in there, but bleep bloop blorp. Oh man, one jump, one butt slide, one enormous movement. Yo, nicely done. There it is. Bleep bloop blorp 64 with the orb getting out the door. Couldn't take it no more. Good job. Yo, love to see that. That's a strong clear and a sub-hour. Hey, yo, let's say hey to Fernap in the upper left. It's Fernap, Plasma Snake, First Name Butt, and Endless Ascent. Yo, love these GGs coming in. Drop a follow for your favorite racer if they have impressed you. Or if you just want to. They don't have to. They don't have to, like, earn it. You can just do it. Plasma Snake. Contemplating life. Everybody's doing really well with these one tile drops, and First Name Bud, excuse me, doing really well. I know why I've missed some clears, because the screen goes black when it clears and the background is black here, so I don't notice it. right? Like I'm looking at 4 screens, and usually the black of the windscreen will catch the corner of my eye if I'm not watching it. And in this case, it's always black. Good job. First name but, using that first name but speed. You know, because the slope, go down the slope. Well done. That's good. That's good butt right there. I don't know what to say. It's just true. It's attention deficit data in the lower left. Endless Ascent in the lower right. Fernap in the upper right. Plasma Snake in the upper left. Thanks for the raid too. Bleep, bloop, blorp. Hey, thanks for dropping by. Good race. Well played. Bleep. Yo, good job. Thank you for racing. It was a tricky one tile actually. That was a trick. The trick to that actually was just not even to butt slide. But one can get through with a slide. Yo, once again, thanks for hanging out, y'all. I wasn't really sure what to do for commentary for this level, since there's just not really a lot of tech to explain. Hey, I had a question actually. Wasn't there supposed to be a Nintendo Direct today, or did some clickbait rumor mill lie to me? Isn't there supposed to be one soon? Did I miss it? I don't know. I figured someone in chat would know the answer to that. I'm glad. Yo, thanks. We try for the vibe. It's important. And you know, I've always just wanted to try to make these races something more than just a competition. I'm not getting, you know, for those that want to compete, for those that like the leaderboard and the standings, cool, excellent, it's fun to do. But I've always just tried to really place the focus, community first, competition second. So that people can feel welcome and not feel like they might not want to race because, oh, it's just a bunch of really good people and it's all competitive, and that turns people off, right? I'd rather have some new folks come in and give it a try than you know, all about the first place, who got the leaderboard, whatever. Like, we're proud of that, but we're also proud of the 10th place clears, the 3rd podium, and the 4th podium. It's a structure. We got to do something, you know. We got to, like, if we make a level every week and we play a level every week, you know, it just kind of logically follows. Like, you know, there's like a chair, you know, it needs to have 4 legs because it has to stand up on the ground, or else it's a pillow, you know. Gotta do something. And it gives us a chance each week to talk about different aspects of Kaizo gameplay. It also gives us a chance each week to show off what the makers are doing. And I like that ROM Hack Races can be just as much of a showcase of the players' skill as it is for the makers. That, you know, you can tune in every week on ROM Hack Races and see what's new. People use ROM Hack Races as kind of a staging ground for new ideas, new tech, new ASM that they want to show off. So you really just get, like, every week this kind of ongoing what's what, who's who in what's new in Kaizo this week. I can answer that, you feel me? Yes, I think that week is open right now. I do believe Doc can correct me if I'm wrong, but I actually do think that week is open right now. So that is the case. We're always looking for makers, volunteers. If you would like to contribute a little bit of your time and energy to the ROM Hack Race community, we would be happy to have you. Ooh, that's kind of scary, like in a good way. Whatever Fawful is making, because Fawful does some pretty outrageous things. Whatever Fawful's making got moved to Halloween. Interesting. Well, if anyone is interested in signing up or volunteering, you can check out the website. We got forms. Fill them out. Plasma Snake. That last jump is tough to get into that little teeny tiny gap. That's a tough one. I like how this level has, I guess what you could say, like an internal difficulty curve. That like the first section was a little easier and then subsequent sections get a little harder every time. I like that. Yeah, just to repeat, we've also heard a lot of feedback about frustration with the lack of available weeks for prospective makers. We're working on a few different ways we can help that. I am so unfathomably personally grateful to like Dr. No, Fen, Kelgand, Ampersam, for Mythrillionaire for testing so much, and RB Pimlico and Blue Ribbon High Life and What's Up Dot and who am I and also and Kelgand and Fen and Blue Ribbon High Life, and I mentioned them before, and also don't forget Om Nom Nom and Fen and everyone for helping make these races work. I am so grateful. Oh, Endless Ascent being so grateful to grab that orb. But thank you all so much. I just, you hear my silly voice telling you things, but these races would not even be happening without a community of people who work on this, and I'm just absolutely grateful that y'all are still doing this with us. Let's say hey to John82. Oh no, they were right at the checkpoint. No! It's AD Dad in the lower left, Fernap in the upper right, Plasma Snake in the upper left, John 82 Black Sheep in the lower right. I like pronouncing everyone's full name so that you know what to type into the browser to follow. That's also why I always say GlitchCat7, so that, you know, people know where to look for you. Yo, Endless started 40 minutes late. Wow. Absolutely crushed it. Yeah, I can't guarantee what you'll find on the other 6 Glitch Cats. Results may vary. See store for details. Some exceptions may apply. Oh, yo, thank you for that. Thank you for that little bit of info, Blue Ribbon. Notable Cool Spot world record holder on the Sega Genesis, John 82 Black Sheep. Yo, gotta give props for that. Fellow Cool Spot world record holder. That's awesome. If I recall correctly, they actually did. The Genesis version of Cool Spot doesn't have the same types of wall clips, but it does have wall clips. And I'm almost positive they have them in their run. Yeah. Fellow Cool Spot world record holder. It's like we're from like different realities. You know, like they're from the Sega Genesis reality, I'm from the Super Nintendo reality. We both like meet and we're like, man, you're weird. No, you're weird. Like Goldbender and Silverbender from Futurama. You're like Bender and Flexo. Which one of us is the Flexo? It's probably me. Or no, wait. They're the good one. I'm making them the good one. Flexo was the good one. Bender was the bad one. It's so hard. Tell them apart. Oh, nice try, Fernap. Yo, John getting back here for this checkpoint. Yeah, it's just like off the wall. Do they stream? I wasn't sure. Does Ninj stream? Drop a follow for everybody. Grow your follow list. Think of it like collecting souls. What has everybody been playing? What have you been playing? What is are you do video gaming? Oh heck yeah. Yo, no pressure or anything, Jank Pickle, were you still thinking about submitting? For the games? Plasma Snake trying to submit their butt for the end here. Ooh, nice. Good hesitation. Yo, I like this. Plasma Snake really just taking their time. Oh, that paid off. Oh, their butt submission has been approved. That was good. I really appreciate their moves there. Plasma Snake was really careful about how they did that. Sliding up, getting back, testing the waters, making sure they were ready to go. Yeah, that's what you want. That's very good. Good deliberation. Well done, Plasma Snake. Well played. Playing some Baldur's Gate, playing some Snake Farm. Sea of Stars. Got to watch some good pinball players. That's cool. That's cool. But I wasn't there. What do you... What? I know. Sorry, I wasn't even there. That's how you got to see the good ones. And these are the final four. It's Zorio, Fernap, Attention Deficit Dad, John, 82 Black Sheep. Om Nom Nom, I've enjoyed your My Favorite Things playthrough over on your Twitch channel, over there on Om Nom Nom. And I've enjoyed Fernap in the upper right, getting, maybe, to the orb. But they must slide. Heck yeah, Legos. If you step on one, it's a hecko. They should make Lego waffles just so they could compete with Eggo. Pardon me. Lego Mania. I watched a YouTube video because I never really knew much. Like, I wasn't really a Lego kid growing up. Just, I don't know, it just wasn't, you know, it just missed me. And I never realized how immensely popular Bionicle was and just how much that actually kind of saved the Lego company itself. It was a fascinating video I did not know about. Never was into Bionicle myself. I always thought it was just kind of like whatever. But apparently it was well loved. I just remember the big tub of Legos in elementary school, and you'd grab them and you'd build something cool out of it, like a spaceship, and then you'd have to, like, class would be over, but you still wanted your spaceship, so you'd, like, try to hide it, like, somewhere in the room or in the tub of Legos and, like, hope that it would be there the next day. Your Legos burned up? That's actually surprising. I would have thought they would have kind of melted into like a fused blob. I'm joking. I'm trying to be funny about that, but that actually sucks. I'm surprised Legos even catch on fire. That doesn't seem safe. Like, at all. Only 90s kids will remember the smell of creepy crawlers. We should not have been inhaling those fumes. Remember those? Remember creepy crawlers? Creepy crawlers. They were like, you could, like, it's like an oven, and you, like, baked up a little plastic bug. It was like Easy Bake Oven, but instead of making delicious sweets, you made rubber bugs. You could sustain serious burns from that oven. It got, no joke, hot, and the smell of it, I mean, it's like liquid plastic, and then you, like, bake it in the oven, so you're just like a kid, like, hanging out, just like putting your face right in that. Like, that was not good. That's not good for us. They did taste terrible, yeah. Not the same. I really should have gone with the Easy Bake Oven. Or they, you know what they should have made? They should have just made creepy crawlers, but they're food. You know? Like edible stuff, like edible gummy bugs. That would have made more sense. Is it just me, or does this music kind of make everything I'm saying sound kind of like epic, you know, like the part in a movie where they have to really give you the speech, and you gotta try, you gotta dig down, you gotta really believe, you gotta press the A button to spin jump and the B button to regular jump, and then you gotta go out there and you gotta give it your all. Doesn't it? It sounds like that. If I add that particular cadence. Or this is like what scene is going on in the movie right now when this song is playing? Is this like the scene where they're like getting the crew together to go rob the bank? Or is this a scene where it sounds like he's like either walking like toward or away from some dramatic event? You know, like he just lost the rap battle and now he's like walking home. This music is playing in the back. Yeah, the hero got beat down a little bit, pulling himself together. He's sitting on a bridge, just looking, you know, walking by the subway tracks. Or this is where maybe like someone like has to dramatically like make a choice, you know, like the hero, I won't lose you. It's okay, I have to do this. No, you don't have to do this. Or maybe it's maybe the villain is like vowing revenge. You know what I mean? Like, I'll get them. One of these days they'll see. Oh, Fernap, so close. So close. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is like the moment where the hero like remembers the amulet that the wise elder gave them, and they like pull it out in like the last moment, like, oh yeah, this silly rock that old guy wizard gave me on the cave, what would this ever do? And then it glows and levitates them into the air. There's a lot. This is a good movie that we're writing. I really like this. We should write it and then go on strike. Because we gotta be writers to strike, you know? So we gotta write something first. The hero's just dying in a gutter, and like, out of the distance they hear, "It's not tragic, you've got Merlin's magic!" Yu-Gi-Oh! You can't do it! You gotta watch out! You can't eat all those spicy wings! They're too hot! They're too spicy! You can't make it! This is where the hero says, "But I've got to try." Or this is like the desperate anime fight where like the shonen protagonist is like just repeatedly losing, but they like won't stop, and like the villain is clearly just completely gonna outmuscle them, but they just don't stop getting up. Like, I have to keep trying. This is a good movie, man. I'm just sitting here watching this movie now. Like, this has got everything. Action, more action, inaction, reaction. Everyone is counting on me. I have to keep trying. But you're hurt. No, I can do it. You fool! How many times must I teach you this lesson? Come on, we've all seen this one. Then like suddenly all their friends are there, like giving them their energy. Oh, well, I've got the whole village behind me, and together we'll stop you! I love this. It's Zorio, Fernap, Attention Deficit Dad, John Blacksheep here on the race, trying to protagonist their way through. Or you know what? Maybe this is the disillusioned detective telling the young upstart hero like not to try. You know, like, kid, I've seen every inch of this city. I've been fighting this gang for 30 years. Let me tell you what, it ain't worth it, kid. The streets are too big, too mean. Better just go home. I was once like you, thinking I could take on the whole world. I've only ever seen one Lupin film. I should probably see more. The one Miyazaki did, because it was Miyazaki, and I actually thought it was really good. I'm not too familiar with the world of Lupin, but I like him as a character. He's fun. You know what else too? Zorio is liking that H right now. Coin, and that's gonna put Zorio on the final section, along with Fernap, AD Dad, and John. I really want to watch some anime film now. Like, let's all go watch some Studio Ghibli or something tonight. Did y'all hear? We're talking anime stuff. The Boy and the Heron has a release date in the U.S. It's December 8th, if I recall correctly. The new masterpiece from Ghibli. Yep, I just read that today. Boy and the Heron on the 8th. Apparently it rules. Apparently it is amazing. As if there was any doubt. Miyazaki's saying it's his last one, but he always says that. He says that every time. It's never true. Saw today he's working on another. Oh, Miyazaki, you sly fox. Oh, we fell for it again. He's just like, he's like your freaking uncle that's just like, oh, where's the coin? Is it behind your ear? Oh, I bet it's, I got your nose. Like, come on, dude. We know you're not really serious. This is my last one, guys. I swear. Nah, no more movies. Like, yeah, right, dude. Yeah, right. Can't fool me. Can't fool me, Miyazaki. You might be able to make me experience a broad range of emotions in an hour and a half, but you can't fool me. You might be able to make me experience existential joy and sadness in a 30-minute period. You might make me be able to freeze frame and look at the beautiful animation for an hour and a half, but you can't fool me. You do a lot of things, but you're not gonna trick me. Your films might be the most evocative emotional experiences you could have on the screen, but you're not going to trick me into thinking you're quitting. It's one we'll never win. Yo, I hope y'all are doing well tonight. What's on your mind? How you doing? I'm trying to do some play-by-play on this, but everyone's doing some precision. There's not a lot of tech to explain. The progress is pretty self-evident. I'm trying to call out people's good moves when I see them, but we just got some determination here. And some strong racers doing what they do best. So, how are you? Hope you're doing well. You've heard all my plugs and things. I don't have anything else to advertise. Oh, wait, I do have something to advertise. It's the ROM Hack Races merch shop. Go and grab a cool t-shirt or some swag, because it's going to be getting cold out, and you're going to want a nice comfy hoodie. But everybody on screen right now, the final 4 racers here on the final of 4 sections. Very, very nice and round numbers. The path of adventure, Indy. I've never played an IRL Indiana Jones where the path of adventure was actually working. Not once. You might have been a little fast. I think that's what's going on. We had 22 signups tonight, and it can sometimes just be a little tricky to get everybody in. When we rotated you on, you were too quick. You were on the windscreen, so we did try to get that. Sometimes it just works out that people are a little bit too fast. We ended up missing some other clears tonight as well. Nothing personal, of course. Yeah, yeah. The scouts are, yeah. Unfortunate side effect of being a pro gamer. The scouts are doing their best, but yeah, sometimes we just have a lot of people on one section, and normally what we're trying, like the scouts are always trying to figure out like who is likely to clear first. Like, okay, this person has gotten to the end, they're gonna get it soon or whatever. But with so many people on the same section, we are kind of guessing like which of these 8 people is going to get the progress first. So that's usually how it goes. We definitely try. The scouts are doing their absolute best, and I see it every week in Discord to stay on point with that. Hey, right on. Don't want anyone to feel left out or anything. It is important that we try to celebrate what everybody's doing around here. I haven't seen the new Indiana Jones yet, and I don't plan on it. I didn't think I would be missing that much. There are about 1.5 good Indiana Jones movies IMO. It's the entirety of Part 3 and it's about 1 3/4. You know what? Raiders and Last Crusade are both alright. There are 2. We'll round up. There are 2 okay Indiana Jones movies. Temple of Doom is an absolute fiasco. Fernap back again for a slide and a jump to the win. Let's go. Nice job, Fernap. Way to play. GG. Can't spell Fernap without GG. I said what I said. Y'all are being super kind and supportive. Thanks for posting G's. We need those. Yeah, the silent G. The royal we. Nah, no need for that. You won. You did it. No need for that. Really, really. Everybody had some issues, and everybody's getting through. There was splendid turnout tonight, and we're almost almost got wins from everybody. Looking for one from Zorio, John Black Sheep, attention deficit dad. I think they've got what it takes. I hope you make a precision level now. I would love to see more precision. Yeah, that little gap to get in the end kind of messed with everyone. You could always make it a secret hack level. One of those, one of those ones that's just like a hidden pipe or something. Yo, thanks Doc for holding everything down on the restream. So I believe this is the slowest walk speed, but I've been wrong about technical information about this level tonight, so someone should double check me there. Yeah, it's tricky. It's like I was saying earlier, like I've played so many freaking Kaizo hacks that I sometimes am not sure. Like, yeah, this feels like the original speed, but maybe it's a little bit different. This feels like the good jump height, but maybe it's not. I think it is. If I had to bet, I would bet that it is just regular walk speed, or it's like the subpixel speed oscillation has been locked at a low value. You have a strange controller setup. Yeah, I don't know. How many people just held Y the whole time anyhow? Yo, John, in the upper right, John Black Sheep looking for the orb. Butt slide for the win. Oh, nice thought using the LR scroll. You don't see that very often. Ah, got a butt slide. Yeah, I think this level in particular was not made on the ROM Hack Races base ROM. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's no setup that you would break with scrolling. There's no sprites that spawn in. I'm actually really impressed how this level is pretty much, except for a Koopa or two, not even any sprites. I like maximum effect out of minimum input. Oh, you know what, Endless? That's not a bad idea, yeah. Holding up or down would pan the camera like how it does in Sonic, so you could see what's above or below you. That's a sharp idea. Yeah, I think this one kind of telegraphed itself as a precision level before the race, even with the name, which is fine. We've been trying to add the little content tags, like that, like say something about the level, because, and I think that's been a pretty helpful system lately, where it's been like this level we mentioned, like this is an accessible level for everybody, or if something, maybe it has a lot of Yoshi tech or something, we're like, hey, you might want to practice some Yoshi tech. I think that's been helpful because some things about the level just can't be communicated with the number metrics, and you know, complexity 6 is, that could be for a variety of reasons. So I feel like the you know, the telling people like practice this or think about this or maybe here's a clue, and like kind of giving them something to practice ahead of time, I hope that's working out. Oh, yo, Underway, thank you. That does already exist. Very good. Oh, wait, I thought of something I wanted to say tonight. I want to give a ROM Hack Races official shout out to ROM Hack Races alumni Proto Pizza, because someone was in my chat and they were like, hey, somebody did a shell jump in Mario Wonder already, and I was like, oh, it's so cool, I want to see it. And I looked at the video, and whose video was it? Why, it was Proto Pizza, and I was like, whoa, I know them, they race ROM Hack Races and they're good at it. And so I want to give an official ROM Hack Races GG for the first Mario Wonder shell jump. They were playing it like a demo at PAX or whatever, and they got footage. They got it on video of a Mario Wonder shell jump. They said it's great. Yeah, shell jumping in front of Nintendo on their new game. Pretty cool. So GG Proto Pizza. They say that shell jumps are nice and snappy, and the physics feel closer to Mario World. If I had to guess, if I had to right now place a bet, I am gonna bet that no, mid-airs for whatever reason are not available in the standard way. I think that it might be the same as Mario Maker 2, how they kind of removed the mid-airs, but you still can do it by setting the shell up differently with a slope or something. If I had to guess, I would guess no. And if I'm right, then okay, whatever. But if I'm wrong, then I'm pleasantly surprised. So I kind of want to be wrong, but you know, we'll see. If Nintendo requires a shell jump, that would blow my mind. Actually, that would blow my mind. It may be? Yeah, maybe it is a new... I don't know, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I guess it's concerning to me how very directly Nintendo added skate stoppers to all of our favorite Mario Maker tech in Mario Maker 2. That just concerns me. And that to me says that, like, uh-oh, Nintendo is on to some of our tricks. You know? They're on to, like, how mid-airs work and what exactly we're abusing to get that to work, and they're just like, oh, we'll just turn that one off. It's like we've, like, Mario Maker kind of let Nintendo know where the cracks are, you know, and I'm concerned. You know, maybe they've patched up, especially if they're making a new physics engine from the ground up. You know, maybe this time around they're like, okay, we know what people are gonna do because they just spent 8 years with Mario Maker showing us what they're gonna do, so we're gonna patch that out. Like, for example, I'm willing to bet that the one power up, I don't. Okay, no, you're not against spoilers. The bubble power up, I'm gonna guess that that's pretty cheeseless. I'm gonna bet that there's like not a lot of tech that you could really do with that aside from what they kind of want you to do, because they know what people will try to do. We'll have to wait and see. I'm gonna be very curious, actually, like what kind of Kaizo trick. It will have trick potential. There will absolutely be things to do, things we don't even know yet, tech involving enemies and objects we don't even know what they are yet. There definitely will be, but I'm really curious to see how much the standard Mario tech is preserved. Shell jumps, mid-airs, up throw object type of tech, throwing an object up against a ceiling upward while you're at a ceiling. The up throw is a big thing. There was no up throw in New Soup, but there is an up throw in Wonder apparently, and that alone gives you a lot of tech potential, because you can up throw in weird and awkward ways that are hard to prevent. I already said this on my stream, but maybe I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I have a prediction for a little twist that might happen in Mario Wonder, something that nobody sees coming, but maybe I do, and I really want to like write it down and like seal it in an envelope, just in case I'm right. I just want to pull it out and be like, yes, I want that Apollo Gift of Prophecy dodgeball meme. You know, I just want to be like, yeah, I called it, yeah. But if I say it, it might be a big old spoiler. Y'all doing okay? Just checking in, seeing how you're feeling. Don't forget to drop a follow for ROM Hack Races and for the Racers. Hang out on the Kaizo community on Twitch tonight. Make some friends, see some good games. You know about the website, right? And the Discord and the base ROM. And you know that you can volunteer if you want and help us make these races happen. And I hope you're feeling comfy. That's what it's all about. Well, that and the hokey pokey. Nobody does the hokey pokey anymore. That dance like died, didn't it? You know, put your left foot in, put your left foot out. Nobody does that. They ain't done the hokey pokey in years. Also, the hokey pokey rhymes about, like, you do the hokey pokey and you shake it all about. That's what it's all about. Like, you can't rhyme the word with the same word. Big agree, Fernap. I did like that too. Just like chill mode. All right, yeah, we do. That is us. We schedule these races for 2 hours on Saturday nights. So drop a follow. Come back and see us next week at 8. We'll be starting another race. We got a few minutes to go here, so let's hang out and root for some clears. But we are going to throw a raid over at the top of the hour. Racers are welcome to keep playing as long as they want. We've recorded times well after the fact, but we only have so much time for the broadcast. I hope you all are doing well. It's nice to just get together, hang out, talk shop, and see what all the levels are each week. Next week, come back at 8 on Saturday. Next week, it's going to be Debt Due. That's pretty cool. I think I recall some of their stuff. I think they've made some hacks. I really admire Doc's ability to remember who made what hack and when. Doc is really good at that, and I really appreciate that because it all sort of blends together for me after a while. Nice to have the international presence as well. Yeah, say that. You're so good at that. 169, 189, 193, 208, and 236. Dr. No. Dr. Ami. No, Doc does, though. They have a really good knowledge for just who made what hack. Five-minute warning. Zorio, John, AD Dad, working hard here. Yo, if you're not too sleepy, yeah, put some hype in chat for these racers. Pushing through this. This is not an easy level to do, and the determination is inspiring. Good hype, thanks y'all. I don't know, it's just a comfy night. I always feel like I have to say something, but it's nice to just share the time. That Koopa. The Koopa with the Kaizo block above it. Really difficult obstacle. It's always really impressive to me, yeah, the variety of obstacles that you really can get. Yeah, shocking amount of variety when you break it down, with just precision being the theme. There's a lot to explore here, and I think sometimes people treat precision like a one-note kind of thing. It's not really. It's a lot of subtlety. Small differences are big. In a precision level. A 3-tile gap is really different than a 2-tile, and normally that doesn't matter as much. Precision is like, the blocks are so precisely arranged that if you change anything, it has a huge impact, or could be the difference between something being possible or impossible at all. But for all for tonight, everybody, it is just about at top of the hour, 2 hours. We are going to send a raid over at the end of the night. As I said, players can keep playing all they want, but we've got so much volunteer time in our Saturdays. If you'd like to be a part of our crew, say join the Discord, fill out a form if you want to volunteer. We do need a spot for an upcoming week, so feel free to sign up if that sounds like you. The racers, before the race, they know certain metrics. They know how difficult it is, how complex it is, and how tough it is to figure out, as well as maybe like a little bit of information, like you might want to practice Yoshi or something. But here at the 2-hour mark, remind everybody again about the website and the Discord, and say thanks again to all the volunteers who make this possible. Dr. No on the restream tonight, all the testers who helped with this one, Fen, RB Pimlico, Mithrillionaire, Blue Ribbon, High Life, the scouts tonight, thank you for hanging out. Blue Ribbon, Fen, What's Up Dot, and Kelgand, as well as Ampersam and D4, who are always helping us out around the shop. Thank you all so much. Really, really appreciate it. Great volunteer staff, and we're going to send us all over to Zorio for the evening. Thank you so much for making ROM Hack Races a part of your Saturday. I have been Glitchcat, you have been you, and you matter. Your thoughts matter, your heart matters, your feelings matter. You matter to other people in your lives. You matter to me as human beings. You matter to the internet's #1 Longboy Furret, and the people that matter to you in your lives would love to hear from you about that. We know Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA+ lives matter, Indigenous lives matter, disabled and autistic lives matter, and you too. I hope to see you all again for another ROM Hack Race. And we're going to be going over and rating our pal Zorio. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care. Keep hacking. I will see you around the SMW community. Peace.